Check 1, 2, 3, 4. Hopefully, you guys can hear me okay. If you can, just give me a what's up. Let me know you guys can hear me. Welcome. It is time for some Circle Talk. This is our second edition of Circle Talk this weekend. Last night, I had Strong Joe in the building. Today, I have Mr. Joe Martin, aka Preach and Improve It himself, here to talk about his journey, the ups and downs, his family, his journey into being a significant piece of what's happening here in Tacoma with the youth and getting training and getting healthy tips and education on what football means and how you get to where you're going to get to. So I can hear it. So I'll go ahead and turn my phone off so I can continue what I was saying. But I'm really excited to get into this conversation with Mr. Joe Martin. I met him couple years ago actually, when the Onsite 253 Fitness first started. He was the first person that we kind of talked to, and he kind of shared the knowledge about the place, what his goals, and his piece of what he was doing there was all about, and just was a very professional young man. And I seen that he had something else that he had inside of him that he wanted to get out, and you could tell that this was just the beginning of what was to come. And so I'm really excited to conversate with him and just dig in and learn more about the man behind the myth, the legend, and the Preach It, Improve It patent. So we're going to get into that real quick. But first, we want to give a shout out to our sponsors. We'll start off with iShotYou.com. My guy Marvin Patterson, if you're locally in the area, if anybody's looking for some pictures, as y'all can see the pictures behind me, those are my daughters and myself, obviously. He took those pictures for us. You got your pictures at night, your pictures at day. You got during the springtime. All of those things are coming up. He will come through in the clutch, and he has a great deal going on right now. So all you have to do is say iShotYou.com. David said, "Come and see you," and he'll give you a great discount. So iShotYou.com. Hit him up. Icon ENT, my guy Junior Thomas. We are getting ready for the summer, and we got lots of plans right now. He's kind of taking a little chill pill because of all of the COVID scares and whatnot, and so he's taking a break. We had something lined up that we was going to be working on in February, but he pushed that back until summertime. So watch for more coming from Icon ENT during the summer. And last but not least, the Chaya movement. My girl Sakia, she's in the building. She has an event that she's doing next week, February 14th. For anybody looking for something to do with your significant other, there's an event going on at the Blue Note Lounge. If you have nothing to do, definitely want to get down there and check it out, because I'm sure it's going to be an amazing event. They're going to be sipping, they're going to be painting, and they're going to be having a good time eating as well, and spending time with the person that you love. So that is next week, February 14th. It's going down the Blue Note Lounge in Lakewood. Any other questions about that event, you can hit me up in my inbox, or you can hit up Zakia Sita, and she'll get you hooked up with that. So without further ado, let me go ahead and bring him on. He's been sitting back in the cut waiting for me. And so we're going to go ahead and bring Joe Martin on. Are you there?
Glad to be here.
How you feeling today, brother?
Feeling great. It's a good Sunday. You got the Pro Bowl on. I got my meal prep already out the way, the grocery shopping out the way. So
absolutely,
the hard work's done. Now we could just talk, relax, and
let's go.
Enjoy the day. It's good.
All right, so let me do this first, man. I want to go back to when we first met. I have to give you props, man, because I seen something in you way back in the day. I mean, when Onsite first started, and we was checking out the spot, and we talked to Lewis for a minute, but then Lewis kind of ventured us over to you because he was so busy, talking to everyone else. And so he's like, okay, here's my guy, talk to him. And so we started talking. And the way that you presented yourself to not only me, but to the people that I was with, obviously I was with Erin, and I was with her son, and my friend, excuse me, Amy's son as well. We was there, and you just was very professional. you seemed a lot more inviting, almost like a car salesman, but but you weren't selling anything. I mean, you was just showing us the building, getting everybody kind of familiar with what was going to be happening. And so for me, I seen something in you back then, and I really respected your drive and dedication to being the best version of yourself, not just for on site, but for your own brand that you had been working on. So I appreciate that, and I just wanted to get that out first and foremost.
Oh yeah.
So let's do this. We'll just jump right into it because I know there's a lot of things that I said we wanted to talk about, and so let's start off before on-site. Let's talk about where it all started for you. Like where were you born, family life, all that. Let's get into it.
Perfect. Before we get into that, just to add on to what you said I wasn't selling anything at the moment, which you're technically right, but just as I was younger, my parents, they always taught me, you are always selling yourself on a first impression. So
Absolutely.
that's definitely what I try to do, especially the first time meeting someone, especially in a professional setting. I know I
Absolutely.
wasn't selling anything tangible to you or,
Right, right, right.
trying to get you to come to the gym or off of the bat, but I definitely always want to sell myself the best I can to a first impression because those are long lasting. Sometimes,
Absolutely.
we remember people based on that first impression. So I
Facts.
definitely, try to do that.
Good
But yeah,
point.
to
Good
dive
point.
into the conversation. So born Spanaway, Washington, Tacoma, Washington, all around the same area. I like to say Spanaway just because that's where I really grew up. But it's all the same, right? Born at Tacoma General.
Yeah.
My parents been around here forever. My mom grew up around here forever. My dad was actually a military kid, and he was born in Texas, but he's been in North Carolina and all Georgia, Fort Benning, and
Yeah.
so they just happened to settle up at Fort Lewis for a while, and
Mhm.
then he went off to college and stuff like that. So they kind of settled down here.
Oh, okay.
So now I'm born in Washington, and
Yeah.
the rest is history, right? No,
Yeah,
so
yeah, for sure. So
um,
you went to Spanaway Lake then, I assume?
yes, sir. So went to Cedar Crest Junior High. Got to shout them out real quick. Go Chargers! Now it's a middle school, but shout out to everybody over there. My
Yeah.
old coach just retired, Coach Shelton. He was doing it forever. Very, very great mentor and leader in the community.
Mhm.
He does stuff every day. He's finally retired, so shout out to him. Then yes, graduated from there. Went to Spanaway Lake. Loved it. Great facility. It was a brand new school when I happened to go there, so it was just a nice school, and
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
just hearing stories about how Spanaway was to be able to go into a nicer school after being at Cedar Crest was kind of a blessing. And then from there, got a Division I scholarship to play some football at Idaho State, which was a blessing in itself again. So I'm just able to keep growing and elevating. Higher education was something I wanted to get into, but knowing
Absolutely.
my family life and background, might not have been able to do it without a little help from that academic or athletic scholarship. So
Yeah, yeah.
my dad always told me, you're not going to get a job when you're younger. Like, so all through junior high and high school, kids work sometimes to help their families out, or kids work just to get some extra money. And I
Mhm.
wanted to do those things here and there. Like I'm seeing my friends work and have some money on the side. I'm like, hey, can I go kind of apply for a job? He's like,
Yeah.
no, like school and football or whatever athletics you want to do, those are your only jobs. You got to go all into those. It's my job to kind of support you and get you where you need to be so that you can put your full time and effort into these things so that hopefully in the future you'll get that return on your investment and then it'll pay you back. So
Gotcha.
it did happen to work out when I got that full ride and he didn't have to spend too much on college. I remember a couple little expenses coming up, like the dorm rooms we were in
Yeah.
were just built. So they technically weren't under the old scholarship. So we had to pay like $200 for me to be in these dorms. My dad's like, I'm not paying a penny. You're supposed to be on a full ride. So just things like
Yeah.
that are funny because if you look at the grand scheme of things, like we saved thousands and thousands of dollars on it, and
Yeah.
he's happy at the end of the day. But it's just the fact of him always trying to push me and do right. So big factor in my life of who I am today. Same with my mother. Um, just to get into the meat and potatoes of things, right? I come
Yeah, absolutely.
right a split family household, so I grew up with my dad and my stepmom, which she's my mom. I don't really like to say step, just to give you guys the information of who she is, right? But that's my
Absolutely.
mom as well. Met her when I was 5 years old. Major impact in my life as well. My dad wanted to have a mom in my life that was in the same household. So
Yeah.
met her. She's a great woman. And then my mom is still always in the area, and my dad wasn't the type to not let me see her. So anytime I asked, I could go see my mom. Except for when she was in California for a few years. He wouldn't let me go down there. I definitely tried though. But it was a little too far and I was kind of young. So I get
Yeah,
it. We get it looking back at it.
for sure, for
But
sure.
any other time, like he would make sure I could go over there. He would send me with food just in case it wasn't a problem so that I could see my mom. And even though I wasn't with her every day of the week or every day of the month, she
Yeah.
was still a major impact in who I am today too. So, I'm very balanced because of all those people in my life. Because, if it was just my father raising me, I might have been a little bit less compassionate and less caring.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm very glad for the women in my life as well as my father. They all helped mold me to who I am right
Absolutely.
now. And to even go back a little farther, if we talk about elementary school, I'm
Mhm.
very glad I had the opportunity to go to a private school. So I went to Cascade Christian
Okay.
Frederickson campus from kindergarten through sixth grade. Very good experience. During it was kind of frustrating because I'm like, this school is super strict. And then I go
Yeah,
talk to
yeah.
some of my friends on the sports teams and I'm hearing stories about their school. I'm like, dang, I can't even, do X, Y, and Z without them breathing over my neck. And looking back at it, it was actually very beneficial because when I got to seventh grade into public school now, I'm seeing how some of the kids are acting and being, and I'm like, this is the standard for the school, and it like you just to see the difference is like, okay,
Yeah,
I get it.
absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
definitely get it. And then there was one moment in elementary school that kind of changed. I'm not gonna say my life forever to be dramatic, but it was definitely I'll never forget it. So I was in fifth grade, and they had these leadership programs in school.
Mhm.
One of them was called TRS, Totally Responsible Student, and then
Okay.
the other one was like it was I think the acronym was SALT, Students Advanced Leadership Training. Yes, it was yes,
Okay.
Students
That
in
sounds
Advanced
familiar.
Leadership Training.
Yeah.
So you have to be our TRS student in order to even become a SALT student next. Like they had this whole ladder of programming to kind of make you into what you should be a man of God and a man of good goodwill and good character because
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
all
for
you
sure.
have is your word as a man. So they would say it in different ways, but that's the main premise of what I got from it is that, right?
Yeah.
Integrity and stuff like that is what they were teaching. So going into the program, I did it for a year and I was like, I don't want to do this. It's boring. I just want to play with my friends. And then my dad kind of made me do it the first couple of years. He was like, I'm gonna make
Mhm.
you do it the first couple of years, then it's on you. So I did it. I succeeded a little bit. Then it was time to make that transition to the salt. And they require a little bit more hands-on stuff. Like I have
Hands-on.
mediations with students when they get in trouble. Like I'm supposed to sit down there as a fifth, sixth grader and help my peers
Mhm.
resolve a problem instead of them fighting. And I'm like, I was like, I don't think I can do this. And then my principal kind of just brought me in the office because I didn't fill out the application because my dad said it was on me now. So I didn't fill out the application to do it.
Mhm.
And I didn't take all these steps. So the principal called me and I thought I was in trouble. I'm like, why am I in the office? What's going on? And they were just like, so we noticed you didn't fill out your application to become a totally or a student advanced in leadership programming,
Yeah.
their acronym. And I was like, yeah, it was fun the first couple of years, but I'm ready to have fun with my friends and just be on the playground because some of those times you would have to miss recess to go do training. And it's like, hey, it's time to play football. It's time to
Yeah,
play
yeah.
basketball. What are we doing here?
Right.
And they sat me down and were like, hey Joe, like I I don't know if your dad or parents have ever told you this, but we're gonna tell you this. Like, you're a natural born leader. Kids follow you. They see you. You're something about your energy is it's just contagious. And they're saying this in a little bit different way, right? But I'm understanding it as a kid.
Right.
It's just you have something and like you can either lead these kids down the wrong way and they're going to follow you to do that, or you can lead them down the good way and they're going to follow you to do that. And it's kind of going to be up to you. We can't make this decision for you, but we're just letting you know what we see. We all really would love it if you do it because just there's a lot of kids that didn't do it because you're not doing it already. We can see the decline, and they're just explaining this to me. So I'm like, okay, and I think it had to be sixth grade. I'm pretty sure it was my last year there.
Mm.
At 12 years old, I was just like, okay, let's go path of good. All right, let me sign these papers. I'll do it. Boom, boom. And I was really happy that I did that, because now seeing kind of what I'm doing today and who I am today, it's like they were right. Every time I got to another team or another sporting event or some type of group project, it was just like people are always just looking at me like, all right, so what's the plan for what are we doing
Yeah,
now?
yeah.
And I'm like, why are y'all looking at me?
Right,
What's
right.
the plan? I'm asking you the same question. So it's just something about me. It's just that's the position that he wanted me to be in. So I'm here for it, and I'm taking it full on. And yeah, that's like the beginning side of it. I know I could talk a lot, but that's like
No,
kind
it's all good. It's all
of
good, man. That's
how I
what this is
got
all
here.
about.
As a man,
Yeah.
not really to do with the brand yet, or not really to do with the training yet, but just as a whole.
So, so we talked a little bit about, your schooling, the different schools you've been to, your mom and your dad, and then your stepmom, which is also your mom as well. Um, but do you have any siblings at all? Any siblings?
Oh yeah, big family. So I have 7 siblings, four
Okay.
sisters, 3 brothers, and it's fun. I met half of them in 2016. Just the whole, separate household thing, and
Yeah.
not being able to get to them. But yeah, it's amazing to have a big family.
Yeah.
So many opportunities. There's birthday parties every weekend.
Yeah.
uh, it's just fun. Like my sister just had another or her first baby. I have a bunch of nephews I finally met and stuff,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I also grew up in a house with brothers and sisters. So when in
Oh,
my actual household, I was the oldest, so I
yeah.
grew up in that role of leading them. They're under my wing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then in 2016, I found out I had some older sisters, and now it's like, boom, I'm in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, big sis, don't get mad at me. Like how do I,
Crazy.
make big sis proud of me? Like I'm not
Yeah.
the old guy no more. So shout out to all my family members and stuff like that. It's great. Only one of us lives far, but it's not too far. It's about Spokane area, so we still see each other
Yeah.
every now and then. But other than that, it's like we just kind of picked up like we've known each other forever, and it's a good sight to see. Like
That's
I'm,
awesome.
I'm looking in the mirror at my brother who's 22, and it's like, dang man, like I'm glad we met, because like it's I could see like how
Yeah.
you're my brother, bro. Like
Yeah, yeah.
you know.
That's amazing. That's really cool. That's interesting. And I'm gonna say this real quick, and then we'll jump back into you. But man, we have so many similarities. When I think about your journey, my journey is kind of similar. My dad was in the military. My family's from Louisiana. We got here in Fort Lewis, got stuck. I got three brothers, blood brothers, and then I found out I had a fourth brother. In when I turned 30, and so I went
Oh
to
wow.
I went to see him in Louisiana, and met him in Louisiana, and it was the best thing that I could have ever done, because we had hit off like we've known each other the whole time, and so that was an amazing part of my life that that I'll never ever forget. Even though my brother then he passed on, he's still he's still laid something inside of me that will never ever leave. And so that's
Oh yeah.
crazy. All the things that kind of we kind of went around the same
Yeah.
same kind of route when we think about life and stuff. But anyways, let me ask you about I wanted to ask you about just your upbringing. How was it? Was it tough for you, knowing that you wanted to be with your moms, but you enjoyed being with your dad, and how strict was pops when you was coming up? Because I know
Oh
if
yeah.
he's in the military,
Oh
he,
yeah, he didn't
he
play
was
that.
hard.
As you know, he did not play that. It was tough. It was definitely tough. It wasn't easy. But pressure builds diamonds and all those good things. Like you got to go through adversity to really appreciate when things aren't tough anymore. So
Yeah,
it was really. I remember some nights crying.
yeah,
Mom's telling me one thing, pops telling me the other thing, and I'm sitting in the middle trying to listen to both of them, making both
yeah,
of them happy. Like I don't know what to do, or stepmom and mom beefing, like just mad
yeah,
at each other, over little petty stuff about me calling my stepmom mom, or just little like. So it was definitely hard. He was super strict. Like that's why he would send me over there with food sometimes just to make
Yeah.
sure I could eat. Like, and I was never starved at my mom's house. It was never like that. But he
Yeah.
just, everybody has their own truth and perception to how things are. So, he's just doing his due diligence as well,
Yeah.
making sure his son is looked after. But I didn't know that as a kid. I'm just thinking, "Well, you're doing extra stuff. Like we're good. Like I'm good with moms." But then I got moms also here, you know, talking
Yeah.
bad about my dad, like he ain't da 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 da, he ain't do do do.
Yeah.
So, he's telling you only lies. He ain't telling you the truth. So it's like now I don't even know what to believe, or and it's still halfway like that. But
Yeah.
it's at the end of the day, now they know I'm a man, and it's like you're not gonna persuade my opinion. Both of you guys are my parents. I love you both to death,
Yeah.
literally. And all the past is the past. Whatever happened, I don't even really care no more. Like, how
Yeah.
can we
Yeah.
all grow and thrive to be successful together as one big
Yeah.
family instead of still worried about something that happened 30, 40 years ago? You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Before I was probably even born, well, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
So um, anybody going through that situation right now, it's not easy and it never will be. I don't care how cordial they are or not. There's going to be some problems to arise. So just keep pushing through it. Have a positive mind. It will get better because each year I got older and older and able to understand stuff. It got better. When I was younger and had really no say in anything as a
Mhm.
6-year-old child, it
Yeah.
was very hard. Everything was controlled. I could only talk to her on certain days. Then it was I could only see her on certain days, just because my dad worked a lot and he couldn't probably go get some food for me to go there. So boom, now he can't just let me go at all. Right.
Right.
So
Right.
just everything before I even knew the grand scheme of why he's doing it just seemed like I'm in a box and I can't do anything. And it's like, that would make me frustrated. And now I'm crying out of passion of, dang, I can't even see my mom's, or dang, my dad's an asshole. But he's not,
Yeah. Yeah.
but now I get it all. Excuse my language. But
So let me ask you this. It is obviously, it's Black History Month. I was just thinking about your upbringing. Did you ever have to deal with anyone treating you unfairly because of the color of your skin or anything like that?
oh yeah, on multiple occasions. But I mean, none of them other than one time in a baseball tournament where I got definitely cheated out of the MVP race. But it's just like little. It's never been super big to where it's like, oh man, I'm gonna remember that for the rest of my life, and then that just impacted me super hard. Like I
Mhm.
just must have got lucky. My dad did always raise me to say, you're a black man in America, bro. Like, no matter what you say or look like, you're black. You're African American. Whenever you fill out that application, that's what you're going to check.
Mhm.
Whenever they ask you or look at you, that's what they're going to check. So don't even worry about it. It's not a bad thing. There's certain rules and guidelines we're going to have to live to that
Mhm.
you might as well get used to now because it'll make your life easier in the future. So he told me all those things. And, we hit the ground running with that. The biggest one, like that happened, and it wasn't that crazy. There was a baseball tournament. In the
Mhm.
middle of the tournament, we had MVP races. So you're just racing people, see who's the fastest in the whole tournament. There's like 14 teams there. So it's a lot. So I'm in like the top four, boom, in the top two. Now it's the last two people. We already ran a lot of races. This is the last game. We start at first and second, or I mean home and second, and it's just first one to get back to their base. So you got to do a whole lap around it.
Yeah.
Long story short, it's me versus the white kid. We're both running. He's fast, top two. I get to the base before him. I only know that I look as I'm crossing the base, which you shouldn't do. I was too young to know this. You just
Yeah.
run through the base, run through the
Yeah.
base. Don't look. Now I'm
Yeah.
coaching kids. Don't look back. Just run forward. Uh, so I'm running. I look. You're not supposed to look. I look, and I'm touching the base as he's still running. Boom! I touch the base. He touches the base. So I'm already like cheering. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Boom, they give the trophy to him. So I'm upset, but at the end of the day, I'm like, oh well, let's get back to the tournament. Okay, whatever. But my dad's pissed because he saw it. He's watching the whole race, saw both
Yeah.
of us. My uncle's there, he saw it, he's pissed. And then one of my dad's best friends was there, which we didn't even know that he was there because he was on another. His kid played for another team. We didn't even know they were there, and they
Oh.
were watching it. So we're all leaving, and then his dad's best friend or his work friend, he's white as well. He's just called us over. He's like congratulating me. Hey, young man, you did great. You beat him. Just so you know, you won. You were the winner. I saw it from here. He was sitting back a little bit farther than us. I saw it all the way back here. You clearly won. Like they cheated you. Da 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 da. He's like, you know, I hate to even say this, but you know, those are things you're gonna have to get used to. And my dad was just like, right, like, you know, without being too mad. So, and
Yeah.
that was around 12U, 13U baseball. So I started to see things after that more clearly. And you know, I just try to laugh at them now instead of getting mad. Like, okay, that's what they got to do. I got to beat them by longer. Then I just have to. It can't be close, right? We got to destroy them. Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
kind of how I try to treat those situations now.
And I love the fact that you said that because when you say let's destroy it, it made me think back to watching you on a Friday. I think it was even this Friday. You guys was working out and you had those big chains and you guys was doing that with the chain,
Yeah,
destroying it. I was
killing
like,
it. Yeah.
that's what it means, going that extra mile when everybody else says, they're gonna quit. You just keep rolling. You know what I'm saying? If it hurts, you got to push through the pain. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's destroying it. Because it's gonna end up when you get on the field. There's gonna be somebody right across from you that's gonna be feeling the same way. You just got to get those extra reps so you get them just that much harder. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. You gotta
Absolutely.
always outwork your opponent, and it's not easy because you know nowadays there's all these fancy
Yeah.
training facilities and everything like that. But you know, true passion will show. You know,
Yeah.
what
Absolutely.
comes, what you do in the dark will come to the light. So you got to have those
Absolutely.
days where everyone else canceled in your training group and you still go.
Yep.
You can't make any excuses. But we'll get into the training stuff. Soon.
Yeah, and I'm glad that we got into it just now because I mean it's a good time to kind of venture into. Okay, you did a little bit of football after high school, right?
Mhm. Yes,
And then
sir.
after that, when did you and Lewis hook up for on site?
Yeah, so right after college, I graduate, I get back in town, and it's like, okay, it's time to train. I got 3.5 months before pro day.
Mm,
It's time to go hard, meal prep every meal, work, hire a trainer to train me, get right, work out every day, and just no job, no work, nothing, because it's time to just lock in. I have plenty of time to work. I'm
yeah,
training every day in every way.
right.
So I graduate. I start reaching out to trainers right before graduation, like the week of. I had already done my finals. I'm just packing up at Idaho, getting ready to come back to Washington, and I'm sending out messages to FSP, the really good training facility in Bellevue. I'm sending
Yeah,
out ones to. I sent one to Grind Time in Oregon, another really nice facility. Grind Time up in, I think it's Tacoma. I sent one to Lewis as well at on site because he hadn't opened the gym yet or anything, but I saw that he was training in the community.
yeah,
So I
yeah,
was
yeah,
like, okay, boom, that looks like a good place. And I sent, out to a few of these training facilities just to get ready and prepare, like what price could I afford? Where can I, end up being able to train? Because I didn't have an agent representing me. And that's kind of, they usually pay for the training in hopes to, when you do get signed, they get reimbursed and everything
yeah,
like that.
absolutely.
But I didn't have an agent. I was coming from a smaller school. It just happens like that. So it was all going to be on me. And, my parents, of course, because they're just super helpful with everything I do. So um, I get into Washington now. I graduated. I get back and FSP hit me. And I did really want to go there because they produce pros. Like it's just, they do.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
They do it. But the price was just a little too much for
You
me
gotta
and
pay.
my family.
You
So I
gotta
jumped.
pay.
Grind Time in Oregon, I was this close to going to because I knew a guy that was already down there, and he told me he was gonna I could sleep on his couch for however long I needed to, no rent, nothing, just train, bro, and go work out everything. I was like, okay, and he said the only money you're gonna have to pay is to go to the facility, and that'll be a package deal of X dollars. I forgot what it was, but it was like half the price of FSP, and I was like, okay, at least I could with some payment plans, maybe get
Yeah,
that, done. Um, and then Lewis finally responds to me as well. Hey, I'm up and coming. You would be my first collegiate athlete I'm training. My cousins, Desmond Trufant and Marcus, like I knew none of this at the time. I didn't know who he was other than, oh, it's a guy in Tacoma with his own gym.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I didn't know. So he's filling me in on his family life and everything and what he did. He had a pro day with the Jags and he went to Wilson, had a successful career and all these things. I'm like, okay, sounds legit. You know, how much about where are we going to be training? And he lets me know. I mean, honestly, bro, I'm out the apartment gym right now, getting it out the mud, which I respected. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I love it. Like already, I like
Grind.
that part of it instead of this fancy place, you know. He's like,
Yeah.
but we can get a membership to all these gyms. I have this gym, that gym, and this gym, and we can go get it out. I'll have Des meet us at the field for the field work. We'll go to the gyms for strength, and we'll get it in, bro. And he's like, honestly, since you're my first collegiate guy, like I know money's tight getting out of college. Like just whatever you can afford per week, like we'll make it happen, bro. Like I'm not even gonna give you a number. Like let's just make it happen. And I was like,
Cool.
well, boom, I got to do that. Like I have to
That's cool.
just for money. And it's like I'm in state, I'm home, I'm with my family who can help me more than if I was in Oregon on somebody else's couch.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Boom, that's the decision. So I start training with him. Great trainer, getting me right, doing all these things. One of the places he brought me was Fit Republic, the old Fit Republic on 38th. I think it's closed now.
Yeah.
And then this is where I ended up meeting, just a little caveat, I have to add this in here. This is where I ended up meeting Ron Adkins, my mentor now, speed
Okay.
coach now.
Yeah.
Very great guy. I'll be with him for the remainder of my training career, right? Just
Yeah.
because he's the goat of speed, like, and other training. Like that, he's my mentor when it comes to life and training, just in general. So he kind of meets me there while me and Lewis are training. He comes up to me because he's the manager. Hey, I know what you and Lewis are doing is technically not right. I'm not supposed to let you train here unless you're training with a trainer. But you know, I see some. He said the same thing. This is why I had to bring it up as they did in elementary school. It's like I see something in you, bro. Like just I've been peeping you guys work out, and it's like I want to be a part of it, even if I just have to help you with speed. I'm a track coach. Here's my credentials. Laming them all off. I'm like, I'm not gonna do this because you know I got Lewis for strength. I got Desmond now for agility / football stuff. I might as well add a guy exactly for my 40-yard dash. So I added him to the regimen, and now it's Ron, and Lewis training with them.
Yeah.
Because now it's like, okay, I'm middle of pro day training, going hard, and Ron asks me now before Lewis, just because Lewis wasn't ready to bring on trainers. Ron asked me if I would like to be a personal trainer at Fit Republic, and I'm like, well, you know, I can't do a job, man. I can't do a job. I can't have a 9 to 5 job where I'm like I have to be somewhere because I gotta train. This is my main priority. I gotta eat at certain times. I'm locked in. Like I can't do it. He was like, no, well, you can make your own schedule. Here's all the benefits to being a personal trainer. And of course,
Right.
you need me to help you. So what do you want to do? And you can literally, you don't have to pay for your membership, which okay, boom, you're selling me already. Oh, I got
Yeah.
and you know, you all those classes you were coming to me paying with, you don't gotta pay for that. I was like, well,
Yeah.
that's good too. And he was like, look at this. And you get to make money. If you get some clients, you're making money being in the gym that you're already going to be in already. I'm like, well, he's not wrong. So where's the paperwork? Boom. I sign it
Yeah.
out, fill it out. I'm now a personal trainer at Fit Republic, uncertified, no certifications. I'm like, uh-oh, like how do I learn? So he's like, well, the best way to really learn is mentorship and just ask me any questions, follow me, shadow me. Same thing with all the other trainers that work here. Just get in their pocket and learn. He's like, but of course you're going to have to do this thing online and you
Yeah.
know, so I'm doing that while I'm trying to pick up clients and he's teaching me. I'm getting that. So I get my first little certification. I'm a personal trainer. I pick up some clients and it's really good. I'm doing well at that as I'm doing my training because I can fit my clients on my schedule. So it's all working out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where Lewis comes back into play. So now, in the midst of training with both of them and working at Fit Republic, Lewis sees me training over there, and because I'm posting, doing my marketing, he's like, "Hey man, you're doing real good with the kids. Like, me and Des are really close to opening this gym. It's probably like a month or two away. Like, if you don't get picked up by the Hawks, or you know, he was making those jokes. If you don't get picked up too soon, or you know, you want to help me with this gym, like, you could be my first personal trainer I hire." And I'm like, of course, bro. Like, you know, I'm with it. Like, you also got me where I'm kind of at right now, too.
Yeah.
So, like, I got to show you love on that. Like, I'm down to help any way I can. Just know I'm not finna leave Ron either. Like, can I do them both? Is there some type of conflict of interest? He's like, nah, bro, what? It's all love. Let's get it. Let's eat. I was like, all right, it's perfect. Let's do it. So
Yeah.
like a month or so later, after my pro day, I have a tryout with the Seahawks. Doesn't work out. Great place though. Went to the VMAC, met Pete Carroll and all that. It
Yeah.
was
That's
really,
good.
really nice experience. You know, I'll be back one day.
Oh
Preacher,
yeah. Oh yeah.
gotta say that.
Stay
Um,
stay the course. You got it,
of
bro.
course, always. Had a couple other tryouts, Canadian and other leagues like that. Didn't work out, and then that following year was COVID, so all the other tryouts I had lined up just canceled. So
Yeah.
it's like, okay, stay ready, stay in shape for those opportunities, but take these jobs. Boom. I'm just working hard, staying in shape, which is perfect because I'm a trainer. So it's
Yeah.
easy to stay the course because I'm in the gym all day, you
Yeah.
know,
Absolutely.
teaching nutrition, teaching fitness. So it's perfect. Um,
Yeah.
Now on site's open. Very successful place. We're rocking, we're doing well. This whole time, Ron's talking to me about, yeah, hey man, like just who you are. We've already had types of conversations like this. You should start your own brand. And I was like, okay, you know, I'm thinking of it like, oh yeah, I want to have my own gym. Like that's what I keep saying because I've known I
Yeah.
want to have my own gym. Yeah, I want to have my own gym. So I don't really want to have my brand before that because what if the name changes and it's going to be all, you know, he was like, bro, I got 3 brands right now. Like it's okay. I got my track brand, I got my lifestyle brand, and I got my gym brand. Like you're okay. You can modify, you can adapt, and you can grow. You can just add to your tool belt.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. So now it's just I need to think of a name. But that was one of the hardest things too, is like coming up with a meaningful name of not just a brand. Like it's not just supposed to be a clothing brand. Like, yes, we have clothes, you know, we do have clothes and that's apparel and it's to get the brand out. But what I really wanted to create was a lifestyle brand that meant something, not just for a logo, but meant something to you in your heart when you wore it and you
Yeah.
in your brain
Absolutely.
when you wear it. Like, you know, so
Absolutely.
not only is it going to be a apparel brand, but it's going to be a website eventually. Just a quick plug on Preach Approve since we're here. It's going to be a website kind of in the future where there's going to be libraries of exercises, not just YouTube videos of random people. It'll be me. I've been doing the content for about a year now. It's a lot of videos, so it's going to be tons of stuff, completely autonomous, which just means you're in control of your own workout. There'll be
Mhm.
templates there. You pick and choose from these videos what you want to do. And the way I make the templates and the way the videos are structured, it shouldn't be confusing. And you'll be able to mix and match your workouts where there will be 100,000 plus options of how to work out. So it's not like you'll get bored on there. You know, it'll be subscription based. And it'll just be stuff like this. It won't be probably as long where we have talks once a week about mental toughness because that's
Yeah.
what the preach it part of preach it and prove it is. It's about mental toughness, and then the physical toughness is prove it, and it's in a circle so that you know because you need both of them, kind of like that yin and yang. But I didn't
Mhm.
want to bite on the yin and yang style, so you need both of them in your life. You
Yeah.
can't just
Yeah.
be
You
a
do.
preach it guy. You can't just be a preach it guy. You gotta kind of have them both, and they gotta kind of be together. You don't want them offset a little bit. They got to be cohesively
Yeah.
one. So
Absolutely.
it took a while to come up with that, of course. So I'm thinking of it. Ron's getting on me. Get your brand, bro. Get your brand. Get your brand. And it finally clicked because my dad used to, when he works out, he would work out in front of me a lot. Or when I got in trouble as a kid, once I got past about 7, I stopped getting whooped. It was all physical like training like oh you talked back. I told you not to question me. Let's go do some push-ups or let's do some wall sits. Let's
Yeah.
you know things like that, which I'm happy we did now, but back
Yeah.
at the time. So he would always be running on the treadmill or finishing his workout hard. When it looked like it got hard, he's dripping sweat and he would sing this little chant, and I'll say it real quick. I'm gonna not sing anything, but it would be like, what kind of man are you? And then he'd be doing this running, you know, what? And he's breathing, kind of, and then it just like it would go on pace. Man,
Hmm.
are you? And he would say, the best of the best, y'all. And then right after that, 3 times in a row, he would say, prove it. And he would be all right on rhythm. Prove it. Prove it. So I'll never forget that song. And it's just like it finally clicked. I mainly couldn't forget it because I was dying too. And I'm like, dang, this is getting me through the workout. Like, can I
Yeah.
he's killing me.
Yeah.
Um, and those 3, I'm like, okay, so he's proven it. Like, okay, like prove it. Like that
Yeah.
is a good brand because every time I would talk about like okay, I got a tournament this weekend. He'd be asking me how I'm feeling about it. It'd be, yeah, I'm gonna drop 20 points today, Dad, like in a basketball tournament or something or a game.
Yeah.
Okay, like that's good to hear. Last week you dropped about 12, so you know what I'm gonna tell you. And I'm like, what?
Prove it.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay. So and it finally like that's perfect. So now then it was the brand was just gonna be prove it for a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I didn't quite think that mental aspect yet. I'm like, prove it, that's perfect. And I was coming up with mock-ups and drawing these brand things. And I'm like, it's just too simple. Like there's something missing, there's one little caveat missing. And then um now bringing my mom into it, how mentally hard it was to deal with both of these situations, right? Not anything to do with what my mom was putting me through. Like she's a great woman, but just being in the middle of a split household mentally, I had
Right.
to be mentally tough and mentally strong to be able to get through that and still be who I am right now. So
Absolutely.
it somehow I was like, okay, how can I make this go kind of together? And Preach It just came out of it. And then I had a young lady at on site actually help me with the logo. There was about two, it was one of his clients, one of my clients, and then two other people that were just following me on Facebook at the time. I'm putting out there like, hey, who can help me with this brand idea? When it actually drops, I'll give you, a beanie or just I need support from the community. Who can help me? And they were very helpful. I took about 3 or 4 of their ideas, meshed them together because I'm not artistic at all. So shout out to all of you that helped for real.
Yeah.
You guys made it what it is today. I really appreciate it.
Amazing brand too.
Yeah, and then this is kind of what it came out to. Preach it, improve it. So now to get back into the on-site Fit Republic Lewis story, kind of, I now have my brand. I drop my brand. I get the logos approved and everything. It is an actual business. No one else has the name. It's clear. So boom, I'm launching it. I'm telling him this too, because I'm telling Lewis all of this stuff too as I'm doing it, because he's always been about generational wealth, generational support. Let's all grow and learn together. Like, yeah, man, because he knew I wanted to have my own gym. He's like, I want you to have your own gym. I can't wait. Like he was super supportive at the time,
Absolutely.
before it really came out. And then I get the brand. We're working together. Fit Republic like kind of closes, or they get new managers, and Ron leaves. So I'm like, I'm out with Ron because it was getting fishy anyway. The checks were coming late, at Fit Republic. So I'm like, okay, let's go. So me and Ron went to 24 Hour. Well, Ron went there first, got to be the manager, then brought on his team. So I went there. He brought me over there, hired me. Boom. Now I'm at 24 Hour Fitness and on site, going back and forth. Still great. Everything's going on. I'm getting the brand going. I'm taking pictures at on site. Of course, asking them like, this is cool, right? Like, we're all good. He's just like, yeah, man, it's support, it's love, it's all you. At the point even where I was like, okay, man, like I just got a new jacket. I think actually it was this jacket too at the time. I'm pretty sure it was like this jacket. I was like, I got a new jacket. I need to do a photo shoot. I hired a photographer. Like, do you mind if we use your space? Because it was raining and we were to go outside. The last 2 shoots were outside, and inside it's a nice indoor facility. He's like, yeah, man, of course, there's nothing. And I was like, all right, perfect, appreciate it. So we go there, we're taking pictures. He shows up, and I had a hoodie for him. Bang, gave him the hoodie. He wears it. We're taking pictures in it. I think it's still on my Instagram right now.
Yeah.
I'm not like that, Anyway, so boom, we shake it up. Like we got pictures of doing all this. And he was super supportive.
Yeah.
And then kind of out of nowhere, I don't know what happened. Like again, everybody, people go through different things. So I don't know what was going on, but out of nowhere, it kind of got to be, hey, everyone in the gym's going to have to sign non-compete clauses and things like this, to where, where we can't do too much in the gym. So I had to ask him, like, are you talking about me? Because nobody else has another brand like yet. And he was even talking to another trainer at the time, not to bring names to it or anything like that. Another one of our trainers was trying to start her brand as well. And he was gassing her up, trying to get her to start it. And then, so I'm like, are you talking about all of us? Is this kind of directed to me? Like, what, we just had a photo shoot last week and you told me that was cool. Like, what's going on? And he was kind of like, well, I've just been talking to a lot of real billionaires and millionaires and people who have multiple businesses. And they're telling me to protect myself. These are the steps we need to take going forward. So if you're not really with that, like going forward and what the brand of on site's going to be in the future, then, we can go separate ways. And I'm like, bro, what?
Wow.
you know, I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I love this place to death. I love
Yeah.
you, bro. Like you were like a big brother to me. Like now out of nowhere, you want to just be is business or you like are you mad? Like I'm trying to help you at the same time because he was even
Absolutely.
asking me about how can he get some of the gear I'm getting with his logo on it because you know it overseas is a little cheaper than he had a little. I think his connect was in Texas. I'm like,
Right,
yeah,
right.
I'll set you up with my manufacturer and everything. No middleman. I'll give you the numbers, so you don't got to like worry about me trying to juke the money or you know upcharge you $5 on every like, bro. Here's the connection. So I
Yes.
don't understand, you know, but it was apparently a business decision, and you know, he said you can't. Everything can't be personal in business. This is business. That's what he said it was.
Hmm.
So it's whatever, you know. I told him like once you get those contracts, bro, I probably can't be here because I have to wear my brand. Like it's my brand. Like this ain't
Yeah.
gonna be around for a month. This is a forever
You.
brand.
Yeah.
It's me. Yeah, it's like I don't want to have to worry about. He was like, well, you can wear it, bro, but if you're gonna take any pictures or videos, especially behind the logo, you have to take it off. And I'm like, I can't do that, bro. I can't be just tiptoeing around having to take off my beanie for a picture, you know. And he's like, no, that's respect, man. It's just like, you know, say you're in the NFL and you played with the Atlanta Falcons for 2 years and it's time to renegotiate contracts. And sometimes, you know, it's not personal or anything, but the teams just have to go their separate ways.
Hmm.
And I was like, okay, man, like if it's like that, respect, whatever, like I I'll even leave my jersey up here because it at least if it's not like that, you're the way you're explaining it is cool. I get it. If that's where you got to go in your business, I just can't be here a part of it. But you know,
Yeah.
I'll still support what you're doing. I'll leave my jersey up. It's nothing because I had my Idaho State jersey in there.
Right, right.
And
Wow.
then, so as I'm kind of transitioning out of there, I'm telling people like, hey, you know, Lewis is telling me because he told me these contracts would be ready by a certain day, and I'm a very planned person. So if you tell me something, I'm going to abide by it.
Absolutely.
So now I'm telling my clients, who are my clients personally, who have came to train with me, not pass down clients from Lewis, because sometimes like he would be too busy, as you know, and pass me people.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
those are not the people I'm about to refer to. Those people I would train for Lewis, and obviously they're right back to Lewis. But I'm talking about my clients who I have personally talked into training with me, or they reached out to me to train. I'm
Hmm.
letting them know that you know when Friday comes and I get that contract that I'm supposed to get, I can't sign it, and that'll be my last day here. So I'm preparing them because some of them wanted to re-up on sessions, which I'm
Yeah.
not going to let them do because I'm going to be at a new gym.
Wow.
That makes sense. And I'm not saying this in a bad way. Like I'm not over here like, you know, F you, blah, da, 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 da. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm
Hmm.
just letting people know my future plans.
Wow.
Right. And then now that this gets all misconstrued because now people are hearing me tell my clients this, but they're taking it wrong. Like, oh my, Joe's quitting. Joe's leaving. What's going on? So now they're telling Lewis this because at this point he wasn't in the gym much. He was handling a bunch of other, I won't even go there things. Right.
Yeah,
And
yeah. Yeah.
and now he's blowing me up. Hey, you might as well just, you can't do that. You're trying to steal clients. You might as well just leave now and just, I'm firing you pretty much. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm preparing my clients to leave. I'm not down talking anybody. These are my
Yeah.
clients, Lewis. Like, this is a personal training job. Like, they might be members to the gym and they can keep their membership. Nobody's persuading them to cancel their membership. I'm just
Right.
telling them that Friday, when you bring me that contract that I can't sign, that we already had a cool conversation about. We were both respectful, shook each other's hand, and it was cool. Now you're mad that I'm leaving, like, or what? I don't understand. I want to stay. Let's make it work where I can stay. Just don't make me sign a non-compete, bro. If I could have my brand, it's all love. We're good. And
Interesting.
F you this, F you that. You don't talk behind my back, and and I'm like, bro, pull up. Let's just have a conversation because it's on the phone. Nah,
Yeah.
you don't even get that respect or love no more. Have your things out by tomorrow, type stuff.
Wow.
And it's
I
like,
really,
okay, man, it's whatever. Boom. So then I send him my final paycheck stub because he, you know, every 2 weeks I send him my sessions, and it goes by that because he didn't have no real automated system. So it's really all on the honor system. Like I could definitely juke my stats up to where he would have to send me a lot, or I could definitely juke it down. You know, which why would you do that? But
yeah,
why would
sure.
you lie anyway and juke it up? I'm a real honest person. That's how I ever will be. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I sent him my last bit of stats. Before he pays me it, he's like, yeah, this doesn't look right. You're trying to steal money. Long story short, he got in an argument with me about my stats. I said, Lewis, this has never been a problem. You've always just paid me right away. Like, what's really going on? You don't got the money for it or what? Because my last check bounced. Like, for real. Like, now that we're on the phone about money, where's my last check? And, oh, well, I'm switching banks and da-da-da. No, bro, I just want my money. I'm leaving. Like, let's just not do this, bro. Like, it don't
Yeah.
gotta be ugly still. It don't. I just want the bread. I want my money.
Wow.
No, you gotta. I'm gonna go to my lawyers because this just looks like you're trying to commit theft from me now on your way out, along with stealing clients. And he's using all these big words. And at this point now, I had to call my auntie, who used to be a lawyer, because I'm not gonna let nobody big word me and act
Yeah.
like So boom, now they're getting involved. But I had to sit down with my aunt. She's like, okay, we'll get you all your money back plus more. We'll get you suffering. We'll get you defamation of character, because at this point now he's telling everybody, because I left. I'm gone for 2 weeks now. I'm out doing my own thing at a new gym, just chilling. He's telling everybody he fired me, and he fired me because I got caught stealing, and it's just
lies.
And it's at the same time, as I sat there and talked to my aunt, she's mad. She's like, oh, well, we're getting your money back. We're getting your name back. We're getting everything back. Martins, this is what we do. And I'm just like, you know what? No, like, it's not that serious. Like, I don't need to. The truth will come. The truth comes to light. Like, your character comes to light. Like, the cream rises to the top. Like, all these things you could keep saying. So it's like, I don't. I didn't feel like I needed to at that point. Right when we were having this conversation, I was like, oh no, I'm pressing. I'm getting all my money. I'm suing them, whatever I got to do. L&I claims. I'm doing it. I'm going back to the start of everything. I was mad because I didn't feel like I should deserve to be treated like that.
Right.
And I even have all these screenshots still to this day, just in case anybody want to check the facts, because, your name is everything, and I'm protecting my name with those. And they're in a certain folder just in case somebody wants to ever look of how I would respond and how he would respond. And it's real cordial of me just trying to, because I've never been in a fight, bro. I've never been in a physical fight. I've always been able to talk my way out of it, because it doesn't ever need to get that far.
Right. Absolutely.
So I'm always the mediator. Like I said, in 6th grade, even in junior high, I was the mediator between friends, making them not fight. Like, guys, let's chill. Like, we don't need to do that. Like, I'm all about respecting yourself. Like, somebody disrespects you, let's talk about it. But we don't got to fight. Let's just talk. Like, circle talk, man. Let's talk about it. Why are we?
Let's talk about it.
We don't need that. So, long story short, when I had that sit down with my aunt, I was like, we don't need to do it. Let's just let it die. If he decides to pay me, that'll show me what kind of man he is. If he doesn't, that'll also show me what kind of man he is. I'm going to just sit back and do what I do, because people will see the difference of how we both are acting. I don't need to go defend my name and start tweeting and all these things. Don't believe this and that. I'm going to just live how I've always lived, and the rest will come back. The rest will show, as I feel like it has been doing, and I'm still praying for him and his family at this time, just because I don't know what's really going on, And that's kind of the on-site story. Then I left there. I'm at a new gym, Macho's Gym. Shout out to Coach Danny Morales, another great guy. He's helped me out a lot through the pandemic and stuff, letting me train out of his garage when all the gyms were closed. And I train his son, DJ Mac. I think it's actually his birthday today. Shout out 25 Sugarfoot Mac, man. Shout him out. Happy birthday. He said, you don't got to pay me nothing from your clients. You don't got to. And he didn't know any of this at the time about me and Lewis. He was just being a real, mentor, big brother type. Like, I got you. Like, I kind of see what's going on, but I don't know what's going on. So here's how I can help you. You train my son for free 2 days a week. You can use my garage gym as much as you need. I was like, okay, you want 10%? You want me to pay a fee every week or $10 a client? He's like, no, man, all money ain't good money. Just you train my son, get my son right, be around him as a good mentor, because he's tired of hearing his pops. I think I could teach him what you're teaching him, but he's tired of hearing his pops, which I get that, because my dad teach me great things that I'm like, okay. Then I go hear it from another coach. I'm like, that's right. And then my dad would see it like, I've been telling you that the whole time.
Yeah.
Well, I just had to hear it from a different, I don't know. So
Yeah, a different entity. I hear you talk all the time, Dad.
yeah, so you get it. So now that's kind of where I'm at in the training world. I'm at Macho's gym still currently. I'm not at 24-hour fitness anymore. They laid me off because of COVID. And then they tried to bring me back, but it was like I was already kind of busy enough with my freelance training at Macho's. And
Mhm.
if we're transitioning a little bit to the football side of things, I was busy because I'm leaving town, every so often. And it just wasn't going to work out. So now I'm just freelancing up there. But I also do my own, I'll go to your garage if you need it. I get the kids right on the field if they need it.
Absolutely.
So that's my main thing right now, along with the Preach and Improve It LLC.
Yeah.
And that's kind of, where I'm at with the professional world.
Well, let me show this video. We talked about a lot of stuff that I had pinpoints on. So you kind of went through the list a little bit, but I
Yeah.
wanted to show this video because I think this video it speaks volumes to who you are as a person. So I'm gonna show this video for everybody that's watching. If you're new, welcome. Thank you for being a part of Circle Talk with Joe Martin. Amazing guy. We are just touching the surface of this interview, but I'm gonna show you guys this vid real quick. It's a short one, it's about 30 seconds, but check it out.
Pull, pull, pinch, and release. That's it. You feel it. See, you can see that muscle right there working. Boom. See, it's pushing through your sock. Pull.
No, that's really good. And pinch and squeeze. We got 2 more. Those are excellent. Dab, squeeze, pinch, pinch.
Take the air out the ball and relax. And 1 more squeeze, 2, 1, and that was really good. Relax.
To me, that's powerful, bro. Like, because when you go to the gym, a lot of times you see people with trainers that are working on being stronger and having their legs like thicked up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you never see that. You never see someone that is taking their time working with someone that is really truly in need of assistance and help getting to just be able to be back on their feet. You don't see a lot of videos of that. And for me to see that, I was like, yo, that's legit. That's passionate. That's the type of person that if I'm going to send my kids out to get training with someone, that's the type of person I want my kids to be working with, someone like that. So I give you mad props for that, man. That's legit for you to at least have the opportunity to do that and not be afraid to share it with everybody.
Definitely, yeah. No, it's a blessing to be a part of it, to be a part of the journey. I almost wasn't a part of the journey because she did reach out to me completely random. I think we have probably some mutual friends on Instagram because we both actually went to Spanaway Lake High School. So she's a Spanaway Lake alum. She went to a few different other high schools, but I'm gonna just stick to Spanaway because that's where we're from. No, so she must have saw me on Instagram. She reached out to me with a long message saying, just a little bit about kind of what happened. She was shot. I won't get into too many details, but it was accidental.
Wow.
And she was just wondering if I did anything like that because she kind of saw some of the videos of me training kids, and she's had some other trainers in the past, which is real more like medical personal trainers, like real PTs, like doctors, to where one of them said she wasn't going to walk again, all the way to it's going to be very hard to walk. And then she's heard everything in between. So she was just kind of reaching out to get a different opinion to see if I could help maybe further. And at first, because I haven't really helped anyone in that capacity yet.
Yeah.
I've had some small things where, rotator cuff surgery or my knee got blown out and I need to learn how to walk again, which are a little bit different than a T4 vertebrae being almost shot and taken out and fully disabled.
Right.
So this was going to be a new challenge me for sure. And I reached out to my mentor, Ron Atkins, who got me started with everything, and sent him the message, hey, do you think like this is something I should take on, or should I just pass it to you? Because he literally just helped somebody with MS walk again without a walker, and she's doing farmer carries with weights and just excellent. Like quick side note, she got up during the Super Bowl in front of her family just to freak him out because she usually sits down all day, and she stood up really fast and started clapping, and her family thought like something was wrong, and they were like, oh my God. So that's why I reached out to him, because he's done this before. I
Yeah.
haven't, like,
Right.
or should I just pass her? Because I know you can help her, and I don't want to just get in the way and not help her. Maybe
Yeah.
hurt her.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, man, in order to grow, you got to step out of your comfort zone and do things that you're not used to. This is how you grow. You think the
Yeah,
first time I
absolutely.
took these on, I wasn't a little bit nervous, But he said, of course, I'll be here in your corner. Call me, text me whenever you need. I'll help you write the program for her. And let's just get it, man. Let's go prove it. He's using my own words against me. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, here we go. Let's get it.
That's
So
cool.
I told her we could make it happen, and the rest is history. She's on her 4th week now.
Awesome.
She's grinding. That video was actually old, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, okay, I can't wait till we drop another one soon of the progress, because it's gonna be good. I know she's gonna walk again. It's just a matter of time. It's gonna be fun to be a part of. I'm mad actually that I'm leaving in 2.5 weeks, because I love to work with her, and it's gonna be. We're still gonna do this. We're gonna FaceTime, and we're gonna still work out twice a week on Zoom and get it in, but it's not gonna be the same, because I like to be there and be active. But we're not gonna let me leave and get in the way of her progress. It's gonna be fun. Oh yeah,
that's a beautiful thing, man. Keep doing that. That's amazing in itself. So now what I want to do is, we've already hit the hour. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you a couple names, and all I want you to do is just say a few things about this person and what they mean to you.
Okay.
Seems pretty easy.
Oh yeah, it's easy.
All right. So first person I got on my list is Kayla Norton.
Oh man, that's I could talk another hour about her, probably another weekend, a whole week of talking. Right? No, right? You said let's talk about true love, so we got to talk about it. That's my high school sweetheart, man. Just to put it, I can't put it in one word, so we're gonna go quick little, blurb. Met her sophomore year of high school. The rest is history. Amazing woman, tons of experiences with her. Wouldn't trade it for the world. And it's just the beginning. We're going to be together forever. So we just got engaged in December, which was amazing. I'm glad you only have to do that once in your life, because I can talk now. I can prepare, and I can plan, and I feel confident. I practiced, but that moment was something I froze a little bit, and I don't freeze too often. I'm decent under pressure, but that pressure is unmatched. It's unmatched, but it's just because of what we both feel for each other. So just sitting there, looking her in the eyes, and having to respond to her, her reactions, it was just, oh man, and even after the fact, I couldn't barely talk for 30 minutes. And she's like, are you okay? She's all excited. I'm like, whew, yes, I'm okay. I'm good. But, and now we got the rest of our lives to spend together. The marriage is coming really soon. Like I said, I keep getting in the way of things. So I'm leaving in 2.5 weeks. So we're kind of getting delayed by me. And then I get back. We're going to probably, hopefully, right when I get back, move into a house. And then, boom, the next year is when we'll get married. So 2023, stay tuned. You guys are all getting invites. It's gonna be a big party. It's gonna be a big party. I can't wait.
We're gonna be there. I'm coming through. I'm coming through. All right. So we'll go on to the next person. I had somebody on here, but you've been kind of saying some stuff about him already. I'll go ahead and drop his name again, and you can go ahead and give me a little bit info on him. I had Ron Atkins next.
Oh yeah, see, you also gonna talk Ron Atkins, man, just amazing guy. He is the definition of preach it and prove it. Everything since the day I've met him that he's preached about or spoken about, he has proved it, made it happen, from his own training to what he does in the community, to his coaching, to his team, his track team, to mentoring me and other athletes and trainers like me. He is the trainer's trainer. And stay tuned for him. He's going to have a really dope facility coming in Tacoma. It's called Full Circle Athletics. Okay. They're just trying to get the last little bit of approval on the building. All the main stuff is out the way. It's going to be, I can't give the address too soon, just in case something happens. It's going to be really nice, state of the art.
I think I know where the address is at.
Yeah, it's gonna be bigger than, it's going to be not like bigger than on site in that way. I'm saying physically, like the building is going to be bigger. It's going to have levels to it. It's going to be a state of the art, not only training facility, but a super private athletic club, and then it's also going to have tons of stuff for the local community to come in and like there's kitchens in there. There's going to be I think there's going to be a DHS office in it. Like it's going to be nuts. So not to get too much information out there, but Full Circle Athletics, FCA, listen out for him. Ron Adkins is on the move out here in Tacoma.
All right. So I had 2 other names. Well, technically I had 3 other names, but I don't really think I should mess around with this one. You've said a few things about you guys' relationship already.
Okay.
But I mean, it's up to you if you want. If you
drop it, man, I'll get, even if it's a short blurb. I'll like you said, today's about truth and honesty.
Okay. All right. So I have Lewis Davis Jr. down.
Yeah. So I'm a real positive person, right? Like I said in the beginning, he has done a lot of great things in the community. He's done a lot of great things for me. Like I said, he let me pay for training what I could. One week it was $20 a week. The next might have been 80. Then the week after that might have been 30. So like, man, he is a great guy. Like what he used to do and used to be about was amazing. I just something in the middle of him blowing up, because he was out here in Tacoma, very, very, very successful, doing good for himself and the community.
Yeah,
something got misconstrued in there. Don't know what it is. Whether it was, just getting a little bit too overconfident in the things you're doing, I don't know. It was very unfortunate to where we had to kind of go our separate ways. But again, I'm never one to hold a grudge. It's all love. If he ever wants to sit down and chop it up about the things that have happened, I'm all for it. Like I said, I'm a mediator. I'm not a fighter, but I definitely have had to block his number and remove my access from him because of how bad it was getting. But I'm all for moving forward in the future. That's what I'll leave it at. That
Absolutely. I gotta get and I'm gonna jump on that too. I had an opportunity to work with Lewis a couple years ago, and he was a very respectful guy. Came over to my house. He's been here. We actually teamed up to buy this young man Xbox One S.
Oh, yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah, we teamed
super excited.
And like he didn't have to, but he did. And we went to the store, bought everything, and then showed up here. I think it was probably the day before Christmas or something like that, and dropped it off to this young man, and he was floored, absolutely floored by the amount of. He brought him footballs, and Lewis, when Lewis had to go the extra, he bought a couple other gifts for him.
But I remember that video for sure.
Love though, good fact, fun fact, he did come to the house wearing your outfit.
Yeah, I remember that video.
He was wearing the outfit.
Posted it. I know exactly what you're talking. Like I've said, I seen Lewis give shoes off of his feet to kids. To a bum walking on the side of the street because he just wandered into the gym. I seen him clear the fridge out and give it to him. So he has a great heart. Just something happened with the preach it mental part, and we got to get my guy back. So
absolutely.
I'm praying for him and his family.
Yeah. So if you're listening, Lewis, we still love you. We still support you. We just, we gotta chop it up. We gotta sit down and chop it up and get back on the same page. So, last but not least, let me go ahead and drop this last name for you. Ann McCallum.
Ann McCallum. I could talk years about her too, right? Moms, right? So love her to death. Like I said, she was the main reason behind the preach it aspect. Not only because I was in the middle of the situation, but because what I see her do every day, being, away from her kids and having to be mentally strong, and because she doesn't get to see us that much. And, like I said, we got a big family. So on her side, it's 5 of us. And, she's spreading around, trying to do everything with not as much means, you know what I'm trying to say? And she's one of the most mentally tough women I know. And every day I go to her house, I learn something new because that's how she is. She wants to put me on game. And I love her to death, right? It's moms. It's, I could, like I said, I keep talking about her forever, but we'll keep that one real short. I love you, Mom.
There it is. All right. So what's next? What's next with you and Preach It and Prove It, and let us know what's coming up next in 2022.
So there's a few big things coming up next, mainly for the brand. Right now, I've only been taking pre-orders just because of the way I've had to keep my overhead costs down and stuff like that. It's just working for me. But I've definitely been losing out on money because people will come up to me every other day. Hey, can I get a hoodie today? Oh, I don't have it. Or, oh, can I get a beanie? So what I've been working on, there's this company called Millions Company, and they're in states. They hire, well, not hire, but they collaborate with people like me who have their own brand. They just ask 20%, of course. Can't be mad at them. But they do all the in-state manufacturing, the in-state delivering, so I won't have to touch anything. Currently, if I get orders, it comes to me. Then I got to separate them, put them all out, boom, and then get them to you. And it is a little hard with me being a personal trainer. I'm at the gym all day. So this will be very helpful for me and for people ordering. So it'll be just clockwork. You guys can order whenever, get it whenever. It'll be, normal shipping days instead of, hey, I just put the orders in, give me 2-3 weeks. I get it. That's a little frustrating, but I do appreciate you guys for supporting me through that. So that's going to be very big once we get all the details worked out with them. On the Preach It Prove It side, on the football side, in about 2.5 weeks, I'm heading down to Vegas for a football camp. So it is a tryout. So, of course, in my head, I made the team. I'm telling everybody I made the team. That's what I do. But last year I went to Georgia and I did get released from the team that I was supposed to be on. But that's part of the game. It's just what happens. It's professional. It's cutthroat. You could be a great player and they're cutting you, not to make any excuses. It's who they want, veterans, rookies, So I'm glad at least now I have a year under my belt. I'm not a rookie no more because that kind of got me last year. It was one of the main reasons they said I got released. But, it was still a blessing. I ended up in Oregon for that season, did really well, played, got some good film, and now I moved up a league. So got to go down to Vegas, make this team, have some fun down there, and play some football because arena football is really fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I will say this. I've just been talking to an agent. Like I said, I haven't had an agent since I've been out of college. I've talked to agents. They've kind of helped me, but nobody's been willing to sign me and actually work for me. I had a conversation with the agent on Friday, actually, and he said he's going to send me the paperwork on Monday.
Nice.
So that would be a big, big step in my athletic career because I've been emailing people left and right, but it's like they don't respect athletes' emails because it's just there's thousands of athletes trying to get to where they want to get. But if they see NFL certified PA agent or CFL certified PA agent attached to that email, they're 9 out of 10 more likely to open it. So
yeah, absolutely.
They'll be able to help me get back to outdoor football because indoor is fun, like I said, but I'm ready to get back outside. That's my passion. That's my true, goal in life is to get back to outdoor football. It's just, it's different and I love it. It's my thing. So he said something about there's a league in Mexico that pays decent. He's trying to get me to the CFL, the Canadian League. But I've been trying to get there. It's one of those things. Yeah. So sometimes it's about who you know. And me being a business major, at first I was reluctant on bringing agents on anyway, thinking I could do my own marketing. I can do everything. Yeah. I'm business. I'm manager. Yeah. What do you need? I'm the agent. Let's
right.
But it's about who you know. They got the connections. So hopefully if everything goes right, I'll be on their team starting Monday. And who knows, I might be in Vegas for 2 weeks and get a call somewhere else, or I might get cut from Vegas and go somewhere else. And this is just part of the game. So just know I'm not hanging them up for another 2-3 years. I'm going hard. For what I believe in because I still got a young body. I do want to get to coaching soon, like a real professional coaching job. But I got the rest of my life for that. So we'll put it back a little bit.
Well, I wish you all the best in everything that you do in your future endeavors, man. Like you are a very, very well put together young man. Obviously, shout out to your moms, your dad, and your family, man, your siblings, everyone that has had an effect on who you've become. Obviously, they've brought you up right. And I see a lot of amazing things happening for you in the future. Just keep your head focused on the prize. It's just keep preaching it and proving it. Like the gears, preach it and prove it. It's first time I seen it, I was sold. I was like, yeah, that's matter of fact. While I still got you live, that blue one over there.
The blue, I'll see the cameras.
I may have to see that. I may have to see that, bro. That's clean. I
And
like
this is
that.
our new hoodie, so it's nice. It's cotton. It's embroidered. It's a little bit better than the old material. Like I think you got one of the older ones, which is still great. I have those ones
Yeah,
too.
I get all kinds of compliments about it, bro.
Okay, good to hear. Yeah,
I'm telling you, your gear's legit. I love it. I love it.
appreciate that. Yeah, back at you, man. You know,
Yeah.
repping.
Hey, I appreciate you, man, for coming on and sharing your story. I don't even think like we even been on that long, but it's been an hour and 20 minutes.
I know it doesn't
Crazy.
feel like it because that just organic conversation. It's good.
Just having a good convo. I didn't even have to look at my list until the end when I gave the names. That was it. It was so
That's
easy.
the best way. So we hit all the points just talking. I love it.
With all the points, just on conversation mode. Well, hey, man, I appreciate you. We're going to go ahead and close up shop, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you again, Joe. You're amazing. Keep doing what you're doing, especially for them kids, bro. Like, I see you out there hustling with them, you know, and teaching them exactly what it means to not only be professional at football, but being a professional in life. And so keep doing that, man. You're amazing. And I'm excited for what's coming in the future for you, brother.
Oh, yeah. Appreciate
All right.
that.
So,
you
guys.
You too. Keep rocking. You know,
Absolutely.
That's what we do. Support.
All right. So y'all stay tuned for next week. We're gonna be here with you know what? We don't have anybody next week because you were supposed to be next.
Oh, yeah,
we switched it up because next week is the One Love All Around the World concert. So make sure you guys tune in February 12th. It's a Saturday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's gonna be going on all day long event for people that all over the country that are amazing artistries that you will be hearing next week. So make sure you guys tune in for that. And then 2 weeks from now, we'll be with Zorrell, Mr. Zorrell.
Oh, yeah.
So that's going to be an interesting one. We're going to dig in and talk about some things that, y'all may want to watch that one. It's going to be.
Oh, yeah, I'm tuning into that.
It's going to be greasy.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So without further ado, thank you so much. It's your boy D8 signing off. We will talk to you guys soon. Take care. Peace.